Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today for the presentation. I'm Jerome, and I'm one of the co-facilitators in the Wearable Futures Hackathon. How the future unfolds is shaped by how we imagine it might look like. Many of these visions are provided to us in elaborate detail with sources like Hollywood and other forms of popular media. Opportunities to actively contribute to the creation of these images are scarce, particularly in resource-constrained settings like Global South. In designing the hackathon, we opted for the theme of wearable technology. As cultural products, wearables embody the desires, fantasies, and beliefs of their times. Its affordability and tangibility makes it an ideal platform to explore the intersections of technology, design, and long-term thinking. This course was co-created with a senior student from the Multimedia Studies program at the University of the Philippines Open University to broaden the potential application of the multimedia course to students. The program is a set of online workshops complemented by face-to-face sessions for collaborative brainstorming and skill transfer activities. Central to the hackathon was the microbit, a programmable device that students will assemble for the digital aspects of the project. Students were also provided with curated selections of readings to equip them with the necessary theoretical foundations. In the first week, participants introduced themselves and discussed their interests, personal challenges, their concept of clothing, and their concept of time. In this phase, participants engaged with an image enhancing app as a tool to envision and acquaint themselves with their future self. Comprehensive outline of the hackathon, like basic microbit tutorials, were also available to lay the groundwork for its future application. By the second week, students were tasked to photograph wearables that can be further innovated. There was also an online talk by the fellows of the Emerging Futurist Residency Program about their projects on fashion, futurism, and activism to highlight the intersectionality of each domain. There was also a talk about island punk, tropical derivative of the science fiction genre that engages with the geopolitical cultural dimensions of equatorial island nations. By week three, online treasure hunts were given to students alongside videos on spacesuit design and production. Students were also encouraged to listen to a podcast episode on applying indigenous principles in interstellar voyages. This endeavor aimed to ground students in implementing cultural attitudes and perspectives in the distant future. Lastly, a science fiction role-playing workshop called Metafuturism Lab was conducted to disrupt the students' conventional way of thinking before they proceed to the ideation stage. Students by week four explored the concept of deep time, a concept defined by geologist James Hutton, wherein time is conceived as having no vestige of a beginning nor prospect of an end. To apply long-term thinking in creating a future wearable technology. Simultaneously, breadboard-based prototyping and sensors were introduced as potential extensions of the microbit's features. Continuing to the thematics of deep time, participants revisit their meta-futurist storylines and engage in speculative exercises centered on the Philippines Department of Science and Technology foresight analysis, wherein they will assign future scenarios in different sectors to provide them with a framework to narrow down their scope and navigate their personal views in the interplay between society and technology. Within weeks 6 and 7, face-to-face interactions became more frequent as students participated in convergent thinking exercises and rapid-fire prototyping based on their treasure hunts, using the laboratory and its resources for ideation and collaboration. Afterwards, they pitched their ideas for critical feedback to their classmates and facilitators and decided whether to pursue projects individually or collaboratively. As the hackathon neared its completion, the activities were geared towards how they would present their prototypes. using skills from their production courses, like script writing, video production, and video editing, to craft storylines that integrate into their artworks for the exhibit. To contextualize their creative endeavors, the students' work was exhibited twice on the university's premises to engage and present their speculative ideas to a wider audience. One of the artworks is HASMI, an accessory brand designed as an identity tag. HASMI features an offline identification record database embedded in near-field communication chips in wearable accessories, with a decorative logo as an indicator of the placement of the chip. HASMI is both designed as a choker and an armband as a metaphor for the government's grip on its citizens' data. This wearable can be applied in the medical industry as a wearable database for the wearer's medical history that can be scanned in case of emergencies. Taking from the Great Reset video, NVro envisions a dystopic future wherein people are forced to wear the NVro watch to measure their carbon footprint, which is then converted into a carbon score, an imagined currency model like China's social credit system. The story, however, presents a caveat, as the technology is still susceptible to hacking. KA-KAMPANTE is a wearable technology that alludes to the medieval chastity belt, but with a contemporary feminist, an anti-rape undergarment that overturns the concept of power by granting the wearer comfort and ownership while promoting community safety and citizen security. Using stretch sensors and a microcontroller, any forced removal of the garment triggers an alarm and notifies the person's emergency contact or anyone in the vicinity. Functions that could be further incorporated can include GPS tracker and fingerprint scanner. The index was conceptualized to detect and measure soil composition, with the technology embedded in the gloves for grasping soil. The working prototype includes an embedded microcontroller and soil moisture sensor mounted on the index finger area of the gloves. The main objective of this project is the adoption of technology in future farming practices. Preempting a future wherein increased sedentary lifestyles are caused by VR technologies and work from home setup, Exergen offers a wearable exercise device that harnesses the electricity from the wearer's motion to reduce textile and electronic waste. Exergen also uses materials like old clothes and electronics commonly found in junk shops. After the hackathon, students wrote reflection papers and map out their ideation process based on activities that made significant impact to them. One factor is the accessibility of the microbit, which boosted their confidence in handling electronics. As one student shared, electronics have always been a weakness of mine due to an irrational fear of explosion and electrocution. This activity not only dispelled this fear, but also sparked a natural curiosity. Workshops like the Metafuturism Lab help emphasize the importance of creativity in storytelling, the development of their concept. A student noted, the workshop made me realize that I have the capabilities and interests that I never knew I had. It heightened my awareness of current issues and prompted me to be more mindful of the future. These reflections underscore the transformative aspects and the impact of the Wearable Futures Hackathon on students' perspectives and skills. Applied in the context of the Global South, the Wearable Futures Hackathon exemplifies the potential of integrating futures thinking, speculative design, and tangible technology. It empowered students to confront the complexity and uncertainties of their reality and their future, gave them the platform to address social issues through wearable technology. The exhibit also magnified the intersectoral problems of the current society as it provoked visitors to speculate and problematize future scenarios through their disciplinary lens. Courses such as the hackathon enrich the global discourse in developing sustainable future by empowering people and giving them a chance to participate and construct their imagined futures. Thank you for your attention and have a great day.